PS4 is starting 2017 on fire. It ended 2016 on fire with The Last Guardian.
Now my eyes real low, that loud back KO, but I can't feel my throat. Shit, the kush make me toe. Man, we left the car, bring the boat. Finna make it rain, grab a coat. Hope you strippers know how to float.
Ain't allergic to kush smoke.
If you ain't about the dumbest motherfucker I've ever came across in my life, you've been babbling for the longest hours, nigga. You fucking old, senile son of a bitch.
Because you waited 5 months for it. If you starving and somebody throw you a cracker, you're going to be like this. God damn, that's the best cracker I've ever ate in my life. That ain't no regular cracker, was it? What was that, a saltine? God damn, that was delicious. That wasn't no saltine, no, that was Ritz. That wasn't no Ritz. I said, God, that's the best cracker I've ever eaten in my life. Have another one, please, one more.
What's happening, YouTube? It's K-Mega405 live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. Now, there's no question that pro Xbox channels get a lot of hate. And it seems like the hate has been elevated almost to the levels of 2013. It seems to me that because of this Project Scorpio, that so many people is up in arms to want to debunk anything positive that you may hear about the Xbox brand. So you're going to hear from the media, from the haters of Xbox, even the haters of people's individual channels, anything negative about them, so you can deter yourself from anything positive about anything Xbox. It's one of these scenarios that's kind of like you damned if you do, damned if you don't for Microsoft. Because at one moment when it was absolutely quiet, they were thinking that it was desperation mode for Xbox because the only games that they were going to have available to talk about at E3 was those games that they were talking about last year. And then when they brought out Voodoo Vince and they're bringing out Phantom Dust before E3, and then you hear the leaks that there could be a potential Fable game in the works, then you hear people saying, Voodoo Vince? Who wants that? Phantom Dust, what the hell is that? That looks like trash. Then they talk about it and say, what? Well, Phil Spencer needs to shut his mouth. He's over here talking too much. They're over here talking about Fable. I mean, what the hell do you expect? I mean, he's talking to a fan. So many PlayStation fans would like to have a chance to talk to Andrew House and Yoshida. But, of course, they don't get that opportunity, and because Phil is a genuine guy, he likes talking about gaming, he's talking to a fan that's talking directly towards him. So I'm not really understanding why somebody would jump on Phil for being courteous to a person that's a fan of Fable. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's that damned if you do, damned if you don't. And with all the chatter and the noise that I've heard, this whole generation, I think the most saddest part of this generation is not because of the games. It's because of the outside talk that goes beyond the games. I'm not really worried about the sales numbers. I've never have been. Even when Xbox was in that little role for a little while last year, that was well and good. I said that in my video. That's well and good, but regardless, it's about the games. It's about what's to come. It's about what Project Scorpio is going to be about. And now, since we've heard more about Project Scorpio and it's becoming to be a real thing, we're hearing about that secret sauce, DirectX 12, and it's becoming a more powerful thing. It's gaming that's going to be taken to the next level, and Xbox is the pioneer of that. Xbox has been the pioneer for a very long time, but they don't want to give Xbox that respect due. And while you listen to so many of these pro PlayStation channels, they rarely talk about what's really important, which is the games themselves. They may have watched enough YouTube videos, they may have red boxed them, and some may have bought a few. But we're not going to forget when we were the ones that were saying the games are the only thing that should matter. Resolution shouldn't. We're seeing all these articles now just come out of the blue saying that the Scorpio can have all the power in the world, but the games is what set things apart. We've said that, and Xbox at the time, regardless of how you love it or hate it, had the better game lineup in the beginning of this generation. And they want you to forget about this. They want you to forget about the 1080p or bust. They want you to not listen about Tekken 7 going to be 900p on the PlayStation 4. They don't want you to remember that they were the ones that were saying that the PlayStation had 10%, that was 50% more powerful, or that the fact that this new checkerboarding for the PlayStation Pro can get you 8.4 teraflops. They have lied to the consumer's face. Let's not forget about the people that has constantly tried to get their money back when they got hassled. What about No Man's Sky? What about even the debacle about Street Fighter? Still to this day, Street Fighter V, when they made strides, they keep taking 2 steps back. The 2 extended characters, Kakuma was the forefront, looks fantastic on Street Fighter V. But now you look at this chick, some people like her, but then the new character, you paid $30 for this character named Eddie that, no, I mean the majority of people are looking at it and laughing like, who the hell is this guy? Nobody didn't ask for that character. People paid $30 to get Sodom, get Guy, get Sakura, get anybody else other than Eddie, a guy that looks like he's from JoJo Bizarre Adventure. I don't understand this. Like, yeah, it's got leaked out. Capcom has had a horrible time with Street Fighter V. But you know what that positiveness when you hear these PlayStation channels? Hey, esports, that's great. That generates money. But Street Fighter V is still the most disappointing fucking Street Fighter of all fucking time. Thank you, Sony. Thank you, Sony. But we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that at all. We want to talk about Record not selling over 1 million copies. Dumbest shit I've ever heard. We want to talk about numbers than actually talk about the problems that's in these games. You know, oh no, Quantum Break was trash because it didn't sell, but the story was one of the best stories that you could play this generation. That is an absolute fact. We want to talk about how great Uncharted 4 was, but then yet the better game, which was Tomb Raider, got snubbed twice at the VGAs. They rather bitch about Forza, Gears, and Halo, even though all 3 of those franchises are $1 billion. You know, while yet PlayStation showed 20 minutes of Gran Turismo, a game that I've always loved and appreciated, looked like hot piss. Terrible. Drive Club looks better. You should be ashamed. Those are the things you should be talking about. But of course you don't. But I'm not a fan of racing games. I don't like racing games, but yet it still is their best-selling franchise to date. I tell you, man, it's crazy in these gaming streets. And for all those great games that supposedly came out at the beginning of the year, there's only 3 of them that really did good. So for all that hate and that crazy shit, I only got one thing to say to you.
Send that shit to Hades.
My kick game so Dwayne Wayne, all that's missing is the flip-ups and the fade. I got Whitleys for days, Kanishiwa, it's not a game, no. Riches in the bitches, what I came for. Then I switch my angle, was unchained like I'm the Django. Now that shit